What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cowboy Drummer. Today we are ranking drum products. I've made a couple of these videos before. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion. I don't, that's all it is. It's just my opinion here. I'm just looking at products, talking about them. I haven't necessarily used all these products, but I don't believe I have to have had used them in order for me to make an opinion on it. Half the battle is selling me, brother. When I'm shopping, you got to sell me. What is your product? What does it do? Is it a good idea? So some of these are based on that. Some of these I've used, but regardless, it's just my opinion. I got this tier list. S is the best product. It's a must-have. I highly recommend it. A, it's a great product. You don't necessarily need it, but I highly respect it and I recommend it. B, this is a good product. It's decent. It's not bad. It's decent, brother. C, this is where things get kind of whack. What the hell are we doing? I don't really like it. And D is just useless. Absolutely don't need it. Get the hell out of here. Let's get this rolling, guys. I got some products in a folder. I'm going to pull one out one by one and place it on the tier list, starting with the Trick Cymbal Reso. Guys, I'm putting this in the D tier. All right, this is useless. There's another cymbal resonators thing that I put on here before, and I think I also put it in the useless thing because it's a cymbal. That's what are we, you know what I'm saying? Cymbals are loud as hell. They resonate. Why do I want it to resonate more? Again, I guess there's some use for it in a studio or what have you. Brother, I don't see it. I get wanting to tone down a cymbal and dampen it, which there's products to do that. You can just slap a gel on there. But my cymbal ain't loud enough. I need it to resonate more. Never once ever have I ever thought that. So in my opinion, it's whack. If it's for you, have at it, brother. We're putting it in the D tier. What else we got? All right, next is this Pearl picture frame. This is actually a really cool idea. I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to make like a bass drum or some sort of a drum like picture on the wall. And to make one of those with an old drum is a pain, brother. You got to cut it down. You got to think too much. So the fact that Pearl is selling this already ready to go, it's a picture frame. That is awesome. I'm putting it in the A tier. I think it's a great product. I think it's a great idea. It's a little gimmicky or whatever. It's not like you absolutely need it. Obviously, it's why I didn't put it in the S tier. But it's a great idea. You can't tell me you haven't wanted to, like a coffee table, a bass drum table, or a bass drum clock. We all want that shit. And Pearl said, here you go, brother. We got an easy one for you. You don't got to build it. That's a really cool idea. Shout out to Pearl Drums. I'm putting it in the A tier. It's a great product. It's a great idea. All right, next up is the Brenner Core 2. This is a smartwatch for drummers, for musicians. I think it's specifically for drummers. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I'm going to put this in the C tier. I think this is kind of whack. Now, this is heavily an opinion here. The main reason I think it's whack is because I can't have nothing on my wrist when I'm playing drums. It's so annoying. I can't even do a long sleeve shirt, dude. I can't do it. It's anything that comes close to my wrist, get the hell out of here. Although this may be a cool gadget, it may help some of you guys. It's a little tactical metronome. It's got some other cool little features in there, I guess. It's like a practice. It reminds you to practice and stuff. It's a smartwatch. I think it's whack, man. I can't have nothing on my wrist. If that's for you, go for it, brother. But I ain't about to spend $200 on, or whatever it costs. I don't even know what it costs. I'm assuming it's something like that. I mean, it's a smartwatch, so it's kind of whack. Not trying to talk down on it, but it's the wrist thing. As a drummer, I can't have nothing on my wrist. Get the hell out of here. Next. All right, this one might surprise some of you guys, but I'll tell you, I'm going to state my claim here. This Trick QR1, it's a quick release wing nut thing for your cymbals. Guys, I'm putting it in the S tier. I'm putting this in the must-have tier. Hold on, brother. A lot of you guys know I won't even use this. I'm going to talk about it. No, but guys, I use no-nut cymbal sleeves, okay? I don't use a wing nut at the end of the day. I'm not, just get out of here with that thing. It's another thing to lose. They solved that with this because there is no wing nut. So if you don't like the no-nuts or, if you want to put some tension on your cymbal, this is the best way to do it. There's no wing nut that you're going to lose, but it's got one of them, you push it down and it releases and it locks in. It's just a cool locking thing, brother. I don't know. I think it's great. It's the best one I've ever seen because you know the Tama little plastic ones? Those, I mean, they pop off. They're plastic, so they wear down. This is solid metal, brother. I think there's a plastic bit inside that will wear down, but it's so that your cymbal isn't, you know, rubbing against metal. Ultimately, this is the best wing nut system I've ever seen, and I'm putting it in the S tier. If you like no nut cymbal sleeves, this might be useless to you, like me, but I respect the value. I see the value here. All right, next up is this Tama metronome. Who's buying this, bro? I could put this in any of the bottom 3 tiers, but I'm putting it in the decent tier, man. That's ultimately where we landing. It's decent, I guess. I mean, it's a metronome. So, brother, if you're from the 70s or some shit, I don't know, man. I just don't need it. I don't need it. I guess some guys who don't like using their phone, you know how many apps there are? Like needing a physical metronome today in 2025 is just, it's just, you don't. You don't. I got an app on my phone. Why am I going to spend $100 on this thing? It's kind of whack, but it's, or no, wait, what did I say? It's decent. It's decent and whack. Guys, any of the bottom 3 tiers, that's going to land in. Maybe you're 61 years old and you like having a physical metronome. That's why it's decent, I guess, brother. Call me crazy. We don't need a metronome today. All right, I know I'm going to get some heat for this one. A lot of you guys are going to disagree with me on this one, and that's okay. This is a bass drum hoop protector. In my opinion, guys, again, my opinion, I think this is useless. I don't know, man. I mean, your bass drum pedal is supposed to attach onto your hoop. That's what it's supposed to do. That's what it's done for 100 years. I totally understand the world of guys wanting to protect that, you know? The same guys that spray like a protective coating on the bottom of their shoe, or, you know, maybe they use like a coaster on their workbench so their hammer doesn't scratch the top of their workbench. You know, something like that's the energy I get from those. I don't care. I don't care. I think it's useless. I get how you guys like it, but you know, I'm sleeping just fine at night knowing that my bass drum pedal made a tiny little mark on the top of the inside lip on the bottom of my, like, who cares, brother? You know, it's my opinion. Get the hell out of here. It's useless. The Gibraltar tube cutter. I saw this on Sweetwater and immediately was like, oh my goodness, that's a great idea. That actually is a great idea. That's why I'm putting it in the A tier, because it's a great product. There's been a million times I'm looking at my drum kit. I got extra stands and I'm trying to make a smaller arm for a splash or something. Like, this thing allows you to easily cut down some tubes and, you know, adjust your hardware if you want to make a smaller boom arm. If you want to boom something to hell, but not quite all the way to hell, you can customize a lot of your stuff with that. I mean, I think that's great. I don't think anyone can argue against that being a great product. I'm always tweaking stuff, man. You guys see, especially if you follow my other social media pages, you see all the little things I do. I don't know. I just think it's a great idea. Drop a comment if you guys agree with any of these too, by the way. All right, guys, this one is the Tackle hi-hat hook. This is the same company that makes that bass drum hoop protector that I put in the whack tier, which they're not the only company that makes those, so I'm not trying to talk down on Tackle here, brother, but they also have this hi-hat hook, and I'm afraid to say I'm putting it in the C tier. I think it's kind of whack. Now, let me explain something to you. If you've ever mounted anything on your hi-hat stand and you're like me, you probably hated it and thought it was annoying. I saw them advertising like a stick bag being mounted on that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Even having a splash arm mounted on that, it's annoying. You know, in my opinion, nothing goes on my hi-hat stand. Maybe that little cup holder thing. But as soon as there's weight on it, it just feels different, especially when you're, you know, keeping time on that hi-hat. Now, if I got a stick bag bouncing around, hitting my knee, I don't know, man. I could find something to hook on that. Maybe a little drum key. But overall, I think it's kind of whack. I'm real curious to hear what you guys think on that. Leave a comment here. We only got a couple more products to look at. This one is called the Revolution Survival Key or something like that. Now, this is a drum key with a tension rod. I'm going to put it in the B tier, guys. It's decent. Yeah, I mean, it's decent. I don't hate it. It's a drum key, but it's got this tension rod in case you lose a tension rod, which happens, which is why you should use Rock Locks. Shout out to Rock Locks. I put those in the S tier because it's an absolute must-have product. It's the best tension rod lock of all time. And you won't lose your tension rods. So if you're a Rock Locks guy, this is useless to you. But, I mean, I don't hate the idea. I mean, having a spare tension rod, because that's how they're advertising it, It's your survival kit. We got one tension rod for you, brother. It's decent. I could definitely put it in the C tier, but that's what we're landing on here. We got one more product to look at, guys. Now, this is a brand new product that just dropped last week. This is the Evans pull cord drum key. Absolutely genius. I'm putting it in the S tier. This is a must-have drum key, guys. I don't care what no one says. This goes right in your stick bag, and it's amazing. It rips your tension rods out damn near as quick as a drill. I mean, who wants to sit there with their fingers and just, my fingers hurt. You guys remember that from Happy Gilmore? Brother, this thing right here, you just pull that little John and it spins, and you can take off a drum head in like 5 seconds. I got videos demonstrating it. Again, if you follow me on my other social medias, you can see that. But yeah, definitely look into this. I highly recommend every drummer get this. You absolutely will not be disappointed. That's an S tier product. Thank you guys for watching this video. Join my membership if you want to help support me. I appreciate it a lot. It really does help. And you can contribute to the giveaways I got coming up. I love y'all. Have a good day. I'm out. Peace.